Okay, so somehow I've ended up in a cemetery for this energy practice. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm following energy. I'm listening as deeply as I can for this one. It's been hard to record. I've tried several times. This is like my third attempt. Maybe we'll figure it out as we go. Hello, welcome back to Mama Magma Yoga. My name is Tamu. Thank you for being here. Today's energy practice is all about manifestation. So manifestation is something that we all look for. It's one of the big pulls of the spiritual community because we all want the quick fix. We all want somebody to come and save us. And we want everything to be all right again. And we want it to happen at the push of a button, at the snap of our fingers, by the grace of God. And unfortunately, life doesn't work that way. There are things that we can do to help open our energy and be in acceptance and be ready for manifestation to take place. So over time, there has been many ways developed by religions, by belief structures, by people around the world to help us feel like we are moving in the direction of manifestation, that we are in alignment with the universe and what we want, we are creating. The biggest one, as we all know, is just to put your nose to the grindstone and do it. To face your fear and do it anyways. To get up in the morning and with at least some of your energy, if not all of your energy, all day, every day, you move in that direction, even one little step at a time. You can make vision boards, you can cast spells, you can dance in seances, you can go to psychics, you can pray to God or to whatever deity you have the most resonance with in your life. But at the end of the day, there are two important factors. The first one being that you have to accept reality. You have to be aware of your real circumstances. You have to be real with yourself, and you have to be real with the world, and you have to be real with your expectations. That doesn't mean you can't have hope. It doesn't mean that you can't wish for and bring light to and have enthusiasm and belief in what you are doing and what you are trying to accomplish. But it does mean that you need to look at the world with real eyes. This goes both for looking at your circumstances and for looking at others, and watching out for the judgment that comes along with certain aspects of who we are and where we find ourselves, and the same with others. We're not just going to have $1 million land in our lap. There are magical things that can happen, but we're not just going to suddenly end up, for the most part, with all of what we're asking for. And that's because we have to go through the steps in life to learn along the way. This is a journey. It's not about the end goal, everything that we want in our lives. It's about the journey of becoming that, of getting that, of doing that, of learning who we are in the dance of whatever that is and whatever that looks like. And some of us are born into poverty. Some of us are born into privilege. Some of us are born into marginalized groups, whether that's because we are something that the world doesn't understand, or that's because the way our society is structured and hierarchies that exist within our society, the haves and the have-nots. And so all of that rambling just to say you have to be aware of reality. Be aware of what is your true circumstances and how you can navigate through life, and then be open to magic. Because the second thing that we need to be aware of is that everything that happens in our lives, everything that we have created around us, we have created. And at some moment in time, we have said yes or no to what is moving through us, what we want in our lives, and what we are wanting to create. So we need to bring all aspects of ourselves into alignment. We may think that what we think is the end-all be-all, but what we think is only a fraction. There is so much more going on in the rest of the body than what is actually happening in the mind. The mind moves how it knows how to move and navigates through this life with the filters that we've put on it, the information that it has gathered, and what it is supposed to do, which is make sure that we are safe and that we are fed and that we are housed, and to take care of the logistics of the world around us and to absorb information. The rest of us knows. The rest of us is still soul self, source self, and it interacts with us. It is the Purusa, the observer within, the vast self that observes the personality and the ego. So the mind is the ego and the body is all of the rest of source trying to navigate with that ego. So we may think we want something. We may think we want to go towards something or to have something in our lives. But if the rest of us does not agree, if your solar plexus and your heart don't actually agree, if you are feeling anything off about it, if you are struggling from past patterns and trauma and being actually afraid of owning yourself or of actually having something or being recognized or being seen, if you are out of alignment with money, if you are not present within yourself, knowing what you truly want from the deepest levels of your being, then no matter what your mind thinks, you won't be able to move forward in the direction you want to move forward in. You will be constantly butting your head up against a wall, or it will come into your life in a distorted manner. It will not be whole and clean, and it will not feel right. It will be distorted because all of self is not in alignment. Your head is not agreeing with your heart, is not agreeing with your solar plexus, is not agreeing with your sacral chakra, is not agreeing with your root chakra, is not agreeing with source. And what you want to speak in the world is not in alignment, is trying to tell you that there's places that need to heal, that need to move on, that need to change, that need to transform in order for you to come into alignment with whatever that dream is. At the same time, if we really, really want something, we need to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Every day, putting some energy towards that which we want to manifest. So I keep trying to make this one more interesting, to make it more hopeful and light and fun. And it's just not happening. Source and energy are wanting us to really hear that nothing just magically changes, and we cannot create real change without doing the work of our inner selves, of growth and healing. And this is a bigger story than just about our personal selves. And allow yourself to feel that for a moment. Everything that you're going through, everything that you're feeling is being felt and gone through by everyone else on the planet. You are not alone. You are not unique in your story. Everyone else is learning to grow, is learning to heal, is learning to get back in touch with themselves. And if they are not, they are creating distortion and hate and exclusion and distance and gap between source and self, between source and body, between source and our cognition, between us and a thriving planet and a thriving, healthy, in harmony species. So feel into that a little bit. Manifesting is another trick, almost like Santa Claus. Like all the things we tell children when they're little, and then when they get older, they discover that they're not true. Magic does happen. When you bring all of yourself into alignment, when you do the work within, and then you stand receptive and without expectations and say yes to your dream and to the universe, then magic does happen. But it doesn't happen how you think it's going to happen. It doesn't show up like $1 million in your lap. It doesn't show up like your career suddenly boosting off. And if it does, that's going to crash back down because you haven't done the self-work. You haven't done the inner reflection required for you to move through changes, for you to mature, for you to become more whole, for you to refine yourself and become more in harmony with the world around you, with your dream, and with who you are supposed to be on this planet and why you chose to come here. Even though we are all born into different circumstances, and there are many of us who are unnecessarily suffering, we all still did choose to come here and play a role in the becoming of this species and us trying to figure out whether or not we are going to heal or destroy ourselves. So I know that's really heavy for a little video about manifesting, but I hope you watched it all the way through. I hope that you have inner reflection and take a moment in time to slow down and really feel yourself. Feel what it is you want in this world, and then feel into why you want it and what's holding you back and where you are not in alignment with yourself. Take a moment to slow down. Give thanks, have gratitude, stay open, stay real. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope that it serves you well. I would so frickin' love to hear what you are dealing with and how you are feeling and how you felt about this practice in the comments below if you feel to share. It would bless my heart. Thank you for taking the time. I can't wait to see you again soon. Please like this video and follow me for more similar kind of content if you're not going, what the? Who is this chick? Anyways, I love you much. Thanks for sticking around. I'll see you soon.